Hi, I'm Tanya with Tanya Barron's Group. I'm here with Richelle Haas of Sparkle, Downtown Renton.
Hi.
So thanks for taking time to interview with me. You were seriously the first company I thought of when I started doing this. I remember meeting you 6-7 months ago, and I just absolutely love the store, love everything that you represent, and I'm just so excited to get to know you more.
Thank you. I'm really excited to have this opportunity, and I feel very grateful that you chose me. So
Awesome.
Thank you very much. I had been a flight attendant in my past life. When I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, I quit my job and I was all in with the schools, and I did student stores and all the stuff with the PTA. And then when my kids went to high school, I was deciding that I had wanted to have a store. It was like a plan in my head that I'd always wanted. And when I went to broach the subject to my husband at the time, he informed me that we already had a business and that wasn't going to be something that we were going to be doing. And so I had a plot twist in my life, and he ended up leaving, and I ended up opening a store. And I had no plans. I was at Burger Town having dinner with my kids, and there was an empty building available, and I said, oh, I think I should open a store there. And I went in and signed a lease. I had no plan. I literally had no plan. So I went back to my friends and said, I just signed a lease. And they said, what are you going to call it? And I said, I don't know, but he always tried to dim me. And they said, well, what are you going to sell? And I said, gifts and whatnots. And they said, okay, there's your name. And so
That is awesome.
that's so.
And scary.
At that point, the fear of not doing it outweighed the fear of doing it. I just felt like I wasn't going to ever be able to do my dream, and so I had that freedom. I was like gung-ho. The fear hit me about 2 years in.
Okay.
The store that I had opened in 2017, it was only for 9 months. It was a trial period. They added about $1,500 to the lease, and I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I put everything in storage and thought, you know what, my ex-husband was right. I don't know how to do this. And I put everything in storage. And the next day, the landlord for this building called and he said, hey, I have a spot available, Diane Dobson at the Chambers said you might be interested. So I came and looked, and I was like, sure. It was like
Nothing.
It was empty. It was a shell. So I signed that lease for 5 years, and I put everything that I left in here. I wanted it to be a place, if you walked in here, you came in and then you would leave happier. I needed that to be my mission statement. And I was just gonna surround it with everything I loved. I knew how to make people feel good. I knew how to wrap gifts. I was really successful at the schools. Like I made $26,000 in 1 year selling Mentos. So I knew, I was a rock star for all the PTAs. So I knew I had that potential for myself, and I had to dig into that. Fast forward, I finally was in here for about a year, and then things were going good, and then COVID hit. I had to shut my store, and I still paid rent, and I was not business long enough to get any grants or anything. So I really went through a time where I thought, once everything is opened back up, I'm going to be part of the restoration. And so as people kind of come back into the world, I wanted to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so that for me right now is exactly what Sparkle is. And that is a place where you can come, you can find a gift, you can find something for yourself, you can get a sparkling water, you can talk or not talk, you can cry or not cry.
I've cried every time I've been in here, and I don't even cry that often.
I just, it's in the crazy world that we live in. I want it to be a little spark of light that you can come in and I will hope everybody comes in to see.
Well, I think that you are, again, just doing a fabulous job. And from where you came from, you know, I came out of a pretty bad marriage too, and you're just like a shell of who you are.
Yes.
And I remember before I even put it on social media, and well, actually never really did, I just kind of faced it out.
Yes.
But people constantly are like, oh, you're glowing, look at that glow up. You know, they could just see me coming alive.
Right.
And, you know, that takes time too. So
Yes.
I'm just blown away that even in the midst of all that, you're just like, I'm going to do it. And
Yeah.
that's awesome. So,
Well, and at that point, the fear of not doing it is way worse than the fear of failing.
mm-hmm.
I could fail, but the thought of not trying this after I had finally gotten free to do what I wanted to do forever was like not an issue. Oh heavens. Okay, so I shut down for 3 months. I shut down even before it was mandated, and then opened again on June 29th. So March 12th to June 29th. And oh my gosh, COVID was okay, but then construction in downtown Renton started.
Oh, yeah.
So 19 months, I had no sidewalks, no parking lots, we had no streets. People were coming back and they were wanting to support businesses gung-ho, and then they couldn't get to me.
No.
So I'm down here like, yeah, come. And they're like, no, exit blocked.
Yes.
So, and then I didn't qualify for the construction grant. What ended up happening is this. I mean, we're just gonna focus on what we can get and what we can move forward on.
Yeah.
And not. So now we have beautiful city streets. People are coming back in, and if we could just hang on a little bit more. Macadon's just opened next door. Rain City, the deli, the new clothing store. There's so many fun things. So I think the potential is amazing.
I do too. You mentioned that earlier about just focusing on the revitalization.
Yes.
I was asked to write a chapter for a book, and I was talking about Renton.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I have like such a heart for Renton because I feel like it's like a little engine that could, or like we're in it together. Like I know we're gonna achieve great things, but it's also like my life, right? Like it's just like, first it was a little down the dumps.
Boy,
then we're going through some construction, and now we're just sparkling.
You know what? I wonder if that's why it resonates with me. And there's so many sides to it. There's modern, it's old school.
Yeah.
It's got so many layers, and I feel like I have that many layers.
Yeah.
And that's why we sparkle. Facets. And they're all getting like dusted
I like
off a little at a
sparkling
time.
better than peeling an onion. Yeah.
Me too.
All the sides of the diamond.
Yes.
That's more my style.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, no, it's fabulous down here. I just love it, and I love the store, but I love just walking down on the street, and I haven't done that for many, many years down here. Since when I was bar hopping.
It has some hope.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
it does have some hope.
I love
And
that.
I feel that way. Definitely. Thank you.
So 1985. So you born and raised in Renton?
No, I
Okay.
would drive here from Port Orchard, Washington. My girlfriends and I would drive here in my Chevy Chevette, and we would park back there and mix whatever we could steal from our parents' liquor cabinet and vodka and cherry Coke, and it was a Spodie, and then we'd go dance. And, I don't know how it ended up being, like, I ended up coming back here at 31 and raising my family here,
Okay.
just on a whim.
So what part of Renton do you live in?
I live on Renton Hill now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just right up the hill.
Just right up the hill.
Oh,
So I
nice.
walk down.
Yeah. What made you pick Renton Hill?
That just happened to be after I sold my house. I had to find some place to live, and it was right in March 2020. And this one spot opened up for me, and it was a miracle.
Our stories are so parallel because I got divorced in March 2020. We're separated.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No, that's when I
had
sold my house.
I had to sell my house 2 days before the lockdown. We probably went live the same weekend.
We did, because I had signed something on February 27th that I was going to put my house on the market.
Okay, I think mine was like February 24th or
Okay.
something. I don't know.
Okay.
That is
Interesting.
crazy.
So, You and I both sold a house in lockdown.
Yeah. So I still got top dollar, but it's very cringe-worthy to think about what I could have gotten a year later.
Try 2 houses at the same.
Oh, live and learn.
Okay.
But yeah. And then when I thought that the armed guards were literally going to like walk down the street and arrest us,
right?
I said I have to get out of this house. I put it on the market and moved out, and again, that's when my glow up started happening.
That's it.
The best was yet to come.
Yes. My original was 2017 was when my divorce started, and then I had to sell my house because of COVID. I needed money.
Yeah.
And so I didn't qualify for one grant, not one PPP, nothing. And so I sold my house. And I think that that's actually part of this interview and part of our story and what we need to shine, because for about a year focused on all the stuff I didn't get, and it was really affecting me. And I was really frustrated, and I could feel that energy in me, and that's not who I am. And I was like, you know what, whoever was supposed to get that money got it, and whatever I'm supposed to get, I'm gonna get. And I feel like even this interview and people finding us now is going to be our blessings, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like it didn't happen then, but it's going to happen now, and the people are going to see the light that we bring, and they're going to come support us.
Yeah, I agree. And I actually honestly thought that when I could get bitter, right?
Yeah.
My career completely took off that summer of 2020, and so I was like, okay, doesn't matter.
No.
I was free to go sell a bunch of homes and do all that stuff.
That's
and
it.
It was great.
I love that.
Thanks.
It's so good.
I love it too. And now here I am.
I'm so grateful. I try and tell every single person that comes in my store, when you buy local, you're helping pay our bills. You're helping, like, I can stay and sign the lease for 5 more years. Like, this is helping me build my dream. So thank you for coming and shopping at my store. And if you can find something in here that you like, that resonates with you, that can help me fulfill other people's dreams too, because then women come in that make their things, and then I get to sell their things. So we get to perpetuate the momentum. With all this that's happened, should I give away all my secrets? Okay, I'm gonna just put it out there, because this is what
You're manifesting.
I am
We're
manifesting, and I
here.
want you guys to all look for this, because there is going to be a pink van with a bubble machine on top driving around Renton one day with free gift delivery. And I want to be able to go to any festivals. I want to go to street fairs. I want to be able to bring my sparkle to conventions, to women's retreats, to whatever way I can, where I'm not necessarily tethered to the store, but this is, we can come here and then we can go to different places to bring our sparkle. And to go to schools on field day and bring gifts to kids, and bubbles and tattoos and joy, because the community is my number one thing. Like, that's all, full stop. My community's the most important thing. And then my accountant says money should be the first thing, but the community happens to be the first thing.
Well, I heard something a long time ago. I might not get it exactly right, but basically, if you think you make enough money, your purpose is not big enough.
Right.
And so I never make enough money.
No.
Because there's always just so many things you can do.
That's right.
You had mentioned before we started this about opening a women's treatment center, and I hadn't started to say my biggest dream is to open a community center, like a dream center in Renton. So maybe one day
Yes.
we'll
let's
just
put
have a
those
little
dreams
combo.
together. Definitely. I can see that